Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a empath, and I just like doing talks on the way I feel about things. Today, I feel like closing up, just totally being within. Like, just all cozy, and my stomach hurts. I'm trying not to resist things. I know that that's when my stomach hurts. That's me telling me that there's resistance. So, I've been breathing a lot like this morning. And there's nothing going on, I mean, except for the the climate of the world, people, I know there's a lot of people with stomach aches because they're worried. They're worried because their truth is going to come out. It is, and people can keep secrets. They do. They can. They freaking spend a lot of money keeping secrets. I think about all the links people go through to keep their will, the desire of their will, under wraps. And people, kids of all ages, starting to do the math. I think that's really interesting yesterday. I'm going to say that in my videos for a while. Consider that there's 362 point something million population of the U.S., and then there's $680 billion defense on military war conflicts that are made up. So old white dudes can play chess with the lives of your sons and daughters, the spirits of your sons and daughters, and all that knowledge is being revealed. I don't get too caught up in politics, because it's just another man-made paradigm of who's in charge and how they feel that day. And, well, the men that man pardoned, I'll just say, I beg your pardon. And what they did, I don't know how broadly circulated the pictures of those soldiers next to the dead bodies displaying joy. Civilians, innocent people. It's a psychopath. They were in jail because they needed to be there, because people like them need to be there. And some chump let them out. Truth will come out on that one, Sometimes the things don't seem just. Sometimes things don't seem fair because they just freaking aren't. But it's all alchemy. There's good to come from that. I believe in karma. I think people can wash karma away. I think people can transmute it. I think people can act a kind of way for such a long time, dastardly. But I think, hey, ain't nobody... Just because people go on a downward trajectory and ego don't mean that they can't turn it around and make it right and go back up. That's what our spirits reincarnate for, time and time again, to learn lesson after lesson, just to get them to the highest vibration of love and light, source. When I picture source, I picture like sunlight through a fence, and we all have that connection to it, that access to it. How much time do we want to spend in it, looking at it? We're all just different aspects of like a disco ball. I look at source as just this big old disco ball, and we're just all mirrors looking back at the mirror, creating reality. And a lot of people just don't know no better. A lot of people have just vibe real low and greed out of fear, and a lot of the fears have been imposed upon them. But more and more people are going within for whatever reason, finding their own peace in the chaos without. So they're not buying into so much the idea that we need, a military to protect us, because maybe we're the threat. And a lot of countries come over to the United States and freaking bomb us, Why we gotta go over these little countries the size of, like, Iowa and stuff and freaking decimate them? It's just stupid, and It's just all egos, and all that old ego patriarchy is just dying away, you know. Now we're seeing these men that were big, strapping men, and now they're just becoming much less of who they are, you know. It's your words that people remember, not might is right, because if people do get old, you know, you're going to be feeble one day. All those people that freaking you bullied and, you know, they're going to remember. I know people that push old people down. They don't care. There's plenty of elder abuse in the world. That's why I freaking took a pay cut to hang out with Mom. 'Cause I don't trust nobody. She's too important to me to freaking entrust her in anybody else's care unless I trust them and know them directly, personally. Because these freaking state and city employees, they are definitely inept. And that's all coming out too. You know, people got lazy, and they're freaking let their blessings spoiling them. And it ain't no shame in anything that I'm gonna say on anybody else. Any shame that freaking, because I talk about, like, I cruise around when there ain't a lot going on in the world. I'll cruise around freaking just all these different media news outlets just to see what the climate of the collective is. You know, sum of all parts, you know. Freaking, what, Tiny K Kanye? It's what I call him. Dude, he's so mini. He'll be reincarnated a few times, but a few more times, a few hundred, whatever, but he's got an idea, but his ego is just out of control, so his balance is all over the place, but whatever, maybe he'll figure it out. Stranger things that happen. Anyway, he went into jail, and it's just so funny, because all these freaking inmates, they're all fit and cut and, you know, in shape, and all these guards are like, I'm talking like 50 pounds overweight. It's like, dude, and just think of the cost of health care that is going to put on the, you know, the taxpayers, you know, not to mention all the freaking, because they're paying themselves like 120, 140,000 a year at this point too, 90,000. I mean, it's just gross. And then they freaking, you know, people don't eat and eat their feelings because they're outstanding human beings. You know what I mean? Because they've done nothing but good things in their whole life. They don't end up obese and freaking drunks, you know. And that's what our society is being run on. And it's falling apart, and I think it's quite wonderful to see myself. What else is going on in the news? I don't know, really. I did see that. I was trying to watch Sean Atwood. He's a guy, he was in jail for a while. And, for selling ecstasy. You know, because that's funny, because they don't want the little guy to make money, not pay taxes, so they put him in jail so they can earn, you know, whatever state they live in says, oh, it costs $70,000, because in California a couple years ago, that's what they said it cost the 192,000 inmates, it costs to vet them every year for them to live in a cage. You see, this is just all numbers thing, and that's what people need to look at. Start doing the math, folks. It freaking don't add up, man. There ain't as many people on the planet as people say there are, you know. You know, all these sports figures, everybody gets paid millions and billions of dollars because of who you are. Well, hey, some of little people down here, freaking, we got all kinds of important, smart things to say, and I ain't worth more than, what, freaking, I don't have no water. I gotta get my toilet water from the creek that I live next to. I'm not really using my Bachelor of Science in Business Information Systems from Bellevue University, Bellevue, Nebraska. I'm not really using that, or my 12 years experience at G4S Security, Creighton University, TD Ameritrade. I don't like to talk about that one. No, TD, yeah, because freaking Prickett owns that. I was like my first civilian. And then there's a title company I worked at. That place just sucked. Run by a bunch of cokeheads. You know, that's the thing is, freaking sometimes people have to work because they have to, you know. Suck it up because they have to. And they, you know, because they have to freaking pay for those really expensive egoic things. You know, the big house and things like that. I'm so excited that people are starting to live more simply these days, man. minimally, you know, because you can't freaking take it with you anyway. So I never understood. I had the house. I had the freaking 2,000 square foot house in the Midwest. Of course, in the Midwest, it only costs $120,000 for what, you know, in Oregon or California, they double or triple that because you're paying for people's egos. Prices can be the same all over the place. People can set real estate prices low as easy as they can set them high. They just figure, you know, I can make as much money as I possibly can, and the sooner that freaking people figure out that money ain't even real, man. Money ain't even real. Money is no measure and nothing. Our money, what it's supposed to be, is our currency, and our currency is what we have to offer in the world. What we have to bring to the table. I can bring a lot of stuff to the table. Literally, I can cook too. IT by trade. That was my house. It was so cute. 2331. It had my little blue lights hanging. That was just out right before, not too long before I moved. Couldn't fill it up. I wasn't supposed to be there. So I came back to Oregon because that's what my call was to do since I was 15. I learned my lessons here. It's time to go home, so that's what I'm trying to do. So anyone wants to help out with that, good vibes, donations, whatnot. I ain't prideful. I take gift cards. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.